Hey everyone, today I'm going to be doing a simple tutorial on how to use the RAGDOLL mover in gmod. Last time I did a tutorial on how to use the do normal ragdoll poses, but I thought, you know what, we're gonna use probably the best tool to pose your ragdolls. This could also be useful for using the stop motion helper. There are plenty of tutorials for how to use it. I'll probably make one myself once I master using the stop motion helper. So without further ado, let's get started. I'll be using the classic Sonic ragdoll like always. However, I will be spicing things up a little bit and using the one with the quills that just flail around when you move it, because with the ragdoll mover, like oh yeah, I'm classic Sonic too, I am double the size, and triple actually. It's much easier to pose with the ragdoll mover, so I'm going to demonstrate what everything does, how to do it. So if you just want to move your ragdoll around, you select the hips, which you do by moving your mouse around here. You get these options where you can move your character to the left or right. You can move them up and down. You can also move them forward and backward. This is for just general movement like this if you want to do something like that. We could do this in all directions. You could just select this here and you can just move them around like that. The next thing we could also do, for example, is now just pose the ragdoll. So you're just gonna for example, select this leg, which can be a little tedious, but it is what it is. You can just select this leg, you can just move it around. You can use the green tool and you can move it at this axis, and then you can just shift it like this, and then you can make some adjustments. If there isn't really a specific direction this or this you can move, you can always just adjust yourself and use the green one. It moves at whichever direction you're pointing at. For example, you can move it like this, you can also move it like this, or you can also move it like let's just demonstrate from above, like this using the gray one. It really is that easy. So there you have it. We've got that. I'm just gonna make some adjustments like this. Then we can do much of the same with the left leg. We're just gonna use this axis here to move it like that. Then we're just gonna move it at this direction, and we're just gonna select the calf, and then we're gonna just pose it something like that. But you could also, like, if you have an option for the pelvis, I kind of recommend it, because the pelvis and hips, people don't really think about them, but they do make a big difference when it comes to adjusting these characters. Now, much of these same adjustments could be made, to the head as well, and also show with the spines later on. It really is, there's not much to it. It's not witchcraft. It really is that easy. So you can also, just adjust the hand, the arm actually, not the hand. Something like this. Something like this. Let's adjust the shoulder too. The shoulders can be tedious on these ragdolls, especially if it's not a humanoid. Something like that. You know what? Actually, you can just make it even more like this. We can move this even more, and then we can just do this. Again, like I said, it's not witchcraft. It really is just that simple. There we go. We got a nice ragdoll. So then we can do much of the same in this arm. Move it like that. Move it like that, move it like that, and then move it like this. I think you guys know what pose I'm making. It kind of should be obvious, We could also, just move the head, make it face it this direction, and now that I touched on it, we can also, use the spines this time without having to, manually adjust every single one of them. So for example, when you look at it from this angle, notice how the top spine is it looks like it's facing that direction, but when you look at it from front, you'll realize that it is really just straight on. The simple solution is you can actually just adjust it slightly to the, what is this, his left? Yeah, You can adjust it to the left and then, you know, just lift it a little bit so it's a little more obvious. And there you go, problem solved. There you go. Now we're gonna get to like the face bubbling stuff. Let's open up his eyes. He's high like always. We can, you know, just make a slight smile and then just adjust it to the side, something like that. Here we go. I don't remember his head being this big though. Eye pose are the usual stuff. There we go. Looking good. So, then we can use the finger poser. There you go, it really is just that easy. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.